else? You want to call forward the next lady?
Yes, so if Miss Irene Cross, if you could come forward, we'd like to go through the same set of questions with you. So just like we had asked the other ladies, we'd like to start off first with, do we have permission to speak with you, Miss Irene?
All right, we heard that pretty quick.
Yes, we did.
All right, thank you, Miss Irene, for coming through so quick and allowing us to speak to you, ma'am. Ma'am, I have a question. Our main reason we come here, we said it earlier, I want to say it again to you, ma'am, is we want to make sure you're in peace. And if not, we want to be able to have an opportunity to pray peace over you and hopefully help you out in that way if that's what's meant to be done. And that's what you want. So you might be in peace, ma'am, but you might not. And if not, we want to offer that prayer. Before we leave, we will say a prayer of peace over everybody that needs that. But ma'am, for you, are you in peace?
He lives. Think more.
All right, Miss Irene, my next question, and we don't mean for this to be heavy or dark or any way, but this might be something that you might be able to help you a little bit, get something off your chest. Is there anything from the night of that horrible, tragic event that took place, ma'am, that you want to share and get off your chest? Maybe something that people don't know or something that you want people to know?
You know.
Kidding me, and I think
I had a lot to say there.
Yes, and I know you have heard us say this to the other ladies, but your voice is not going to go unheard. We are picking up on some of the words that you're saying while we're standing here, and it's heavy. It's a lot. And just know that we are here to help, and we are not leaving until we help you. We're going to continue to run through these questions, but we do hear you. So for this last one that we have for you, Miss Irene, we would like to know, do you have a message to share with those that are going to go back and listen to this conversation? Is there anything you would like to get out?
You know, through this no. I like and my contact.
All right, Kels. All right. Well, Kels.
So we have one more lady that we'd like to invite over to talk with us in this area, and that would be Miss Gracie Vance. If you could come forward, and we're going to start just like we did with the others. Miss Gracie, do we have permission to speak with you?
You are. We'll take it. November.
All right, Kels. All right, I heard some confirmation on that.
Yes.
So Miss Gracie, how are you? Are you in peace, ma'am? And if not, how can we help you?
And
helping. Where? Mission. No. Through the some older to do. Oh, don't say something. Sure. Was level hit about hitting.
All right, Kels. All right. Kels, you want to ask Miss Gracie the next question?
Yes. So is there anything from that night that you would like to share? Anything that you would like to get out?
I would say
And it's old. Play. In California.
that it
Hitting.
no
Cool. That is
for buddy.
more than all. Light.
Shauna, ma'am, how are you? Are we okay?
That
Was what?
say it away.
In
All right, Kels. All right. Well, Miss Gracie, I got a last question here for you. Is there anything, ma'am, that you want to tell the world? Anything you want to speak? I mean, about yourself, some advice, or just anything. I don't know. Get it off your chest. Is there anything you'd like to share, ma'am?
Will.
What do you?
Hold.
Grant.
Stick.
My
Balls. Neighbor.
And then,
wait.
Just how
so,
Bill.
like,
How?
more than good.
Oh,
And
there
just
it goes. All right. Miss Gracie, thank you so much for speaking to us. And thank you to everyone that came and spoke to us. We are going to pause here. All right, y'all. Well, been looking for the other two ladies. We finally found Miss Susan Hancock. We found her headstone over here in the very back part of the cemetery. So we are going to set up and talk to her, hopefully. But we also want to speak to Miss
Ula Phillips.
Ula Phillips. Miss Ula Phillips, her headstone is like the other ladies. It's gone. It was probably wooden as well, they believe. And the guy told us that most of them were gone, but we could still look. And sure enough, we confirmed after a lot of hunting, it's gone. So what we're going to do is see if she wants to come over here to Miss Susan Hancock, since they were both victims.
And both passed on the same night.
Passed on the same night. So maybe there's a connection. Well, there is a connection there, but maybe on the other side there's a connection as well. So hopefully they see it that way, right?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to sit up here and see if we can speak to Miss Susan and
Miss Ula.
All right, Miss Susan Hancock. Ma'am, we want to come out of respect and just make sure that you are resting in peace, ma'am. That's our mission. I know you had a very tragic event take place that unfortunately caused your life to be cut short, ma'am. And we just want to make sure you're in peace. That's kind of our mission. We also know that Miss Ula was a victim as well. We could not find her headstone, man. We looked all over there, as well as the other ladies that were involved in this, and they didn't have headstones either. So they were on the other side of the cemetery. You're over here, so we thought we'd ask Miss Ula to come over here and see if she would join us as well. So hopefully that's okay, ma'am, and hopefully she is okay with doing so. We will ask her before we get started on her conversation. But ma'am, Miss Hancock, do we have permission to speak with you, ma'am?
You. May. So.
You said I do, right?
Yeah.
All right. That was quick. Wow, that was a fast one. Okay. Well, ma'am, a question I have is, are you resting in peace, ma'am? And if not, how can Kelsey and I help you, miss?
You. Your official was a rule. Dog. You.
Nine.
Are you in peace, ma'am?
Do. Sound.
All right. All right. I believe, and Kelsey believes, that we heard that you are in peace, and I think I heard some other nice little responses there. So thank you for that, ma'am. Again, we will have to go back and listen to every word by word, of your responses, and every young lady that spoke to us today. We will check on all of them and listen. So you know that your name, your story, whatever you share, ma'am, will not go unheard, and that goes for everybody involved. So yeah, Kels, you wanna jump to the next question?
Yes. So, Miss Susan, I know that it was a very difficult event that took place, so this might be a little bit of a harder question. Is there anything from that night that you would like to get out? Anything that you'd like to share from that night?
Sure. Top one. Oh, okay. I'm stuck. To give her just no. And yeah. Out. Yeah. Get up. Image. Yeah.
All right, Kels. All right. Wow. All right. Well, I got a question for you, ma'am. Do you have anything you want to share with the world, with those that maybe don't know about who you are as a person, or even about this incident that took place? Is there anything that you want to share? It can be about that, about your personal life. You can give some inspirational message, whatever you want, ma'am. The mic is yours.
That's all. And I just no. It's a different. Yes. Thing. Johnston and hit what are you? Walter.
Walter, are we okay, sir?
That's so there.
All right, Kels. All right. Well, and Miss Susan, again, I don't know if I told you this when we started, but we are going to pray peace over you and Miss Ula. So we're going to pray peace over you, and before we leave, in case you need peace, we feel like we heard that you have peace, but hey, if not, it's always good to get a little extra prayer of peace. I'm just saying, I want prayers from every direction, and I'm good. So, all right. Well, now we want to ask Miss Ula. Miss Ula, we couldn't find your headstone, ma'am. We looked and looked, but we wanted to speak with you. We wanted to make sure you're resting in peace and see if there's anything you want to share with us. But first, we want to have permission to speak to you. So, do we have permission, Miss Ula, to speak to you over here at Miss Susan's headstone?
Yes.
You said yes, right, ma'am?
Not
All right.
That.
All right. We heard some confirmation on that. Well, good, Miss Ula. Well, ma'am, thank you for trusting us and allowing us to speak to you. Kels, do you want to ask her a question?
Yes. So, Miss Eula, are you resting peacefully? And if not, how can we help you?
Things
not yeah.
just repeat. That are the we nothing. So I call flow the re also I would steps were about it.
All right, Kels. All right, Miss Eula, I didn't get a complete confirmation. I didn't hear it. We will go back and listen, but we are going to pray peace over you, ma'am. If you do need it, we're going to do it. So we ask that before we leave, everybody gather around and we'll say peace over you. But ma'am, I'm going to ask you a question here, and I don't mean it to come off heavy or anything like that. This just kind of helps get a little bit more information about you. Ma'am, is there anything from that night, that tragic event that took place, that you want to share? Maybe a detail, maybe nothing at all about that, and you just want to share something, whatever's on your mind about that night.
I really get when your voice. Yeah, there back to good. The man
Down was
right. But they don't.
well look
I'm getting
terrifying.
All right. Well, Kelsey, you want to ask the next question?
Yes. So, Miss Eula, this is our last question. We just want to know, do you have a message that you would like to share with those that are going to be listening to this conversation?
always
Sounded
it's general.
I think
To it later.
chemical
That seed.
turns
No.
local
I would go. You.
and I go
All right, Kel. All right. Miss Eula, Miss Susan, thank you so much for speaking to us. We really appreciate it. Thank you for trusting us and opening up. We heard some amazing responses, and again, we do have to go back and listen, but nothing you've told us will not go unheard. So thank you so much. We're going to say a little prayer of peace over everyone we spoke with today, or even anybody that isn't resting peacefully around us. So we're going to pause now, and we'll be right back. So we just said a little prayer of peace over all the ladies here. Ma'ams, all y'all, thank you. We feel you here right now. We feel you around us. And we just want to make sure that you feel more peaceful if you didn't have peace already. Again, we do have to go back and listen to everything, but your words, your name, and what you shared will not go unheard. So how do you feel now after we prayed? Those that need peace, how do you feel after we said a little prayer of peace over you?
Here.
Steve.
Long.
What's the code?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Again. Steve.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Hey, Selena.
Well.
Yeah.
What? Thing I'm just
We're done.
My you you are
Rapping. I'm
oh
man.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Final goose.
The
About
is it door to get
Oh, all right. Well, there's some good confirmation there. So, whew, it's powerful, right?
Yes, very powerful.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing. And we ask that everybody here just that we spoke with today rest in peace and rest in light.